We're Slick Rock Productions, and a while ago we were approached by Tough Trail Gear, and they were telling us about this tool here. And honestly, I thought it was a jack stand. I didn't really give it a whole lot of attention. But after meeting with these guys, and they gave us a few of these, and we got an opportunity to use them, these are a really good universal tool for many applications. And so this is a jack. And if you're out and you're in the woods or you're in the desert or you're out trail riding and you get a flat tire or you break a ball joint or an axle, your option is basically to get one of these machines off the ground is to have another machine with a winch. You can't really use a scissor jack on these. They don't extend far enough. You can't carry a high lifter jack. It doesn't really work. And so you're really stuck with the winch option. And so there's been many a times that we've been in bad situations where we've used other machines and winches to get one up on its side to replace components in them, and that works most of the time. But some trails are really narrow, and some places it's hard to get to another machine to, and ultimately it's kind of dangerous. And when I think about my parents that go out trail riding quite a bit on their own, I think about people that I know that go out that don't have winches. Ultimately, if you break down and you have a flat tire, you don't have a whole lot of options out there. And so there's a lot of ingenuity in this, and it's really easy to use. But we've used this in all kinds of terrain, on rocks, on trails, off camber, in all kinds of situations, and it hasn't failed us yet. You can replace your ball joints with this. You can get any wheel off the ground, and it's really slick and it's really easy to use. And so when I think about those people that are out on the trail, and specifically I keep coming back to my parents on this situation. My folks go out and they go trail riding all the time. We live in an area where there's a lot of mountain riding out here, and they'll go out, they like to enjoy the mountains, and they like to go out, and sometimes they go by themselves or they have a few friends that go with them. And it's not that they're not prepared, but for this situation, your option is really, if you can't plug a tire and get back out, you're coming out on a flat tire and probably gonna ruin a wheel. And so this is a seriously well thought out tool here, and I want to show you how it works. So the jack is universal to all machines. The only thing that differs is the mounting points. So your machines with independent suspension all the way around them without trailing arms, like your 800, 900S, your 570s, your trail machines, your Rangers, your T-Rexes, all you have to do is change the shock bolt out. So the mounting point is on the shock bolt, and so you just take it out and you replace that. So the mounting point, the jack goes onto the mounting point. There's a pin that slides into it, and it sits on an angle like this. You pull up on it or back onto it. It stands straight up. It locks into place, and your tire's off the ground. It's super simple, and I'll show you how it works. So you adjust your height with this pin. This pin locks it into place, so the jack can't move when you pull up on it. And this keeps the machine from going anywhere, so the machine can't fall backwards on its jack, so it's safe to work on your machine. So you can see how easy it is to get a tire off the ground. The really cool part about this is you can change ball joints, you can change axles, you can change a tire with it. There's many reasons where you could use this out on the trail. Another thing I really like about it is it takes the weight of the vehicle under compression of the shock, so you're not getting way off kilter with it. And so there's been a lot of times where we've been on a trail, and the trails, you're off camber on the trail, and if you need to take the tall side of that for whatever reason to work on your machine, you're even making it worse. So there's very little change in the machine as far as actually getting it off the ground. So it's a lot safer if you're on a high side or you're in kind of an awkward spot and you need to replace a component on your machine. But the other cool thing about this is it comes with two shaft sizes. The one that's in it now will work on almost every machine out there. The bulk of them will all work off of that. But they also have a short one. So for your trail machines, your 570s, some of the Rangers that are really low, it has that shaft. And for all of us portal guys out there, they went ahead and they made us a really long one, so the big tire cars can get off the ground too. So thanks guys, I appreciate that. So one of the things I really like about this system is once you put the mounting points on all four corners of your car, in a matter of seconds you can have this thing off the ground and be going to work. This is a really cool idea, and it functions really well. There's a lot of times I wish I would have had this that I can think of in the past, but this summer, one time in particular, I was down in Moab with a buddy of mine. We're in a Ranger crew on portals at 35s. It's a big heavy machine, and we broke a ball joint in that car. And I pulled around side of him, and I threw a winch cable around the cage, and I pulled it over on his side. And those aren't really cages on those things. They're lock and ride, they're kind of flimsy, and I was really concerned whether or not the doors would re-shut by the time we got done doing that. So for you Rangers, this is a really cool idea because there's nowhere to really grab onto those things to pull them onto their side. And so I'm going to be carrying one of these. Everybody around me is going to be carrying one of these. These are a cool idea. They make a billet mounting bracket that'll mount to any cage that's out there. They look cool. They don't rattle. They function very well. So you can check these out at toughtrailgear.com. They retail these for $2.99. They sell them with the billet mounting brackets for $3.49. And so they're a really good buy. It's a great gift idea for the holidays. And as you check out, there's a Slick Rock promotional code and you get 15% off. We'll catch you on the next video.